Hello there, welcome to Jamid Graphics. My name is David Femi James, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you how to use the shape tool to crop out an image in CorelDraw. So I'll be using CorelDraw X8 as the software, and if you haven't liked this video, please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. So firstly, I'll be clicking on the shape tool and going down to my image. I would like to convert this to a bitmaps using same RGB, and I'll say OK. So I would like to zoom in a little bit. So I will be creating a node here, but virtually what this is on CorelDraw, it means it's trying to donate that it's a node. So that's what I'll be doing. So I could double click and get a node, or I could use the normal process and say add node in the property bar, so it adds node to the image. So I may say, so every node are connected to one another, or like this node is connected to that node, and so forth. Nevertheless, if I click on a node and bring the cursor here, it can remove the node, and then I'll just undo that. So I will start copying the image right now. I'm moving this node up, so I would like to convert this line to a curve, because the cloth is kind of a curvy part. So what I would like to do is right click on the line. When you hover your mouse around it, you notice the bottom shape changes. So I would like to, it's changing from a rectangle to curve. So I'll right click on it. Sorry. I'll right click on it. Right click on it and say there are a whole lot of options for this. When you right click on it, I could add, I could delete a node if there were a node there. I could convert this to a line, but it's already a line. I could convert this to curve, but it's not curve yet. So there are a whole lot of options on whenever you click on a line or a curved line on the shape tool. So right now I'm able to move this. Line, let's say curve, it's already a curve. I'm able to move it anyhow I choose. And these arrows, they tend to adjust only virtually that node that is carrying that arrow, that the node that holds the arrow. So if I move the arrow however I want it, let's say to a particular degree, it shapes the line that connects to the other node. So as you can see, I'm moving this part connected, it's adjusting only that node. That's the angular part of that node. So I like to bring this up, double click here, bring it here. Yes, I like to convert this to curve, adjust it out, also bring it here, convert to curve and adjust it out. So virtually it's like on the whole of this image, I think most of the nodes we'll be creating, we'll be converting them to curve on this image, on this image. So I'll make this curve. So you create node for every curve you see on the image or on your own image, however it may be. So I would like to adjust this perfectly. So I'll create another node, convert to curve, then let me zoom in. So you may want to create, maybe carry the node up to this level, and say you may want to adjust the arrows so that they give you what you want. But I'm gonna tell it to you, it's not going to work easily and pretty well for you that way. So like, let me show you an example of this. So you see, we still have a little bit of blue outside squat, not cropped. So I would like to bring it back here and then just create this particular part for a curve. So click on this, convert to curve, and then adjust the curve so that it fits in very well. So you may create a node in between a curve. So by the time you adjust that node, the arrows on that node, what happens is that it adjusts both sides that equally, simultaneously. It adjusts it simultaneously, so it may not give you the desired output. So I hope you get that. So just as so I'll create another node here. So I'll keep creating node. I think for this image I'm creating over 50 or 60 nodes for this image to be cropped out. Curve, I'll make this curve and bring it right here. So I'll keep cropping and cropping progressively. So I'll bring this here, convert to curve. Convert to curve. Like I've been saying convert to curve for a little bit of a while. I think I'll just, you know what it is, so I'll just no longer say convert to curve, may sound boring. So I'll bring this node here and adjust the curve. I would like to move in and zoom in. So I'll adjust this, create another one here. So I would like to create a node here and place it here, but you may want to leave this as a line, but I will not advise you to do that. So I would like to make this a curve and then adjust it. The eyes of the mind is it's very easy for the eyes of the mind to detect whether it's just a straight line or a curved line. So when it's a curved line, you know that, oh wow, this person that cropped this image really didn't do well. So but when it is a curve, even despite it looks like a line, but when it is a curve, yes, you get that feeling that yes, the person who cropped this did a nice job. So I'll keep cropping, converting to curves. I'll keep creating nodes. So I'll move in and then like to zoom in more. Perfect. So I like to bring this here and create a curve for it. One more tips I would like to give you on this video is to have a good and very nice cropped image. I would advise whenever you're cropping, you zoom in a little bit more so that you have more range, more space on how you move your mouse and place the node exactly where you want it perfectly. Convert this to curve, and this should do. I'm cropping out. I'm going to be creating curve for every of the fingers. So right now we have, I think, over 33 nodes when you look at the status bar. So I think we are going to 50 or 60. That's approximating the number of nodes we may create. I'll click on this. And I would like to make a curve from here. Oh no, let it be here. Yes, so convert to curve and adjust it. So I'll be using these two arrows to be adjusting this curve. So I'll click on this, bring it here. I'll click on this, bring it here, and leave both of them as a line. So I would like to bring this here, and then I'll convert this to curve. You may have noticed I left a node up. I'll soon affect that. I'll bring the node. So I'll click create a node. So you can create a node by just double clicking, and then also remove the node also by just double clicking. So I'll create yet another one, bring it here, back to curve. Perfect. So I'll be creating nodes all up to this image is cropped out totally. So I would like you to notice what happened here. Whenever you just move the, you may not get the, you just move the node, you may not get the correct way, you may not get the correct type on how you want it. But holding on Ctrl, as you see me do here, holding on Ctrl and moving the node, it helps you give you this perfect gives you a perfect movement. Despite the mouse may just be moving however, it gives you a perfect movement. So I'll just convert this to curve, and then for all the lines and nodes I've created, I'll be converting them to curve and then adjusting it. So like I said, zooming in, it's a better way to be able to give your image a better crop. So there we go. My image has been created as the background has been removed. So I think we have some little blue showing out whenever we zoom out. So I would like to adjust the nodes on this side to take that away. So here, the background has been removed from blue, and that's only the guy we needed. So that is okay. So I would like to show you how to crop with Corel Photo Paint on CorelDraw. So I'll create another page and then paste the same image here. So I would like to crop this in. I selected the two nodes so they move alternatively, they move parallelly. So I'll convert this to bitmaps and say okay. So what I'll do is I'll click on edit bitmaps here, or you could simply go to bitmaps and say edit bitmaps, and then you say edit bitmaps. So I'll wait for my Corel Paint to load. So when it loads, yes, Corel Photo Paint X8. So I'm using Corel for this. So I'll click on the Max tool. So I'd love to choose Magic Wand 2 and Magic Wand Max. Let me use that word, that phrase, Magic Wand Max. So if you notice on the properties, this green plus is an addition to the selection. This subtracts from the selection, and this overlaps mode. The overlaps mode adds the editable area and so forth. And also this is the tolerance, that's the gravity and the range of how it should select a particular pixels that you click on. So the tolerance is the intensity of and the range it should go whenever you select a pixel. So I would like to click on this, and as you can see, it has selected every part of my image that has blue, despite I choose a blue pixel. So if I zoom in a little, the tolerance is on 8. You may notice that I still have some particular blue parts that have not been selected, most especially those that are closer to the main focus of the image we need. So I would like to undo the selection. Now that my tolerance is 30, I'll click on it, and then if I should zoom in, you will notice that yes, now this blue part has been taken out. It has been selected along with the blue part I don't want. So I'll just click on delete to delete the background. So, and there we go, the background has been deleted. So I'm saving this. So as I'm saving this, it's processing. It's saving to my CorelDraw because I opened the image from my CorelDraw, so it's saving there. So now back to my CorelDraw. Voila, we already have the image. That's the background removed out. So if I make this blue and then let's say yellow to have more zoom as to be able to see if my image really, as you can see, still have a little bit of a shade of that blue background on the clothes. So what I would like to do, I would like to go back to my Corel Paint and then select the selection tool, click on the image and hold on Ctrl Shift F. Sorry, Ctrl Shift F. So it brings this feather dialog box out. What this feather dialog box does is it adds a little bit of feather around the image. So it's on, the width is on 2. I would like to make this 7 and preview it, and then as you can see the effect isn't that much on what we want. So now the preview is on, and then we can see that it has selected some of that shade of blue on the clothes out. So if I increase this, the feather increases. So but things you have to watch out for, you have to be very cautious of how you use the feather tool. Like for the phone, if you may notice it has chopped out some part of the phone, it has chopped it out. So I like to reduce this and bring it to 3 and say okay. So I'm going to be saving this. So as you can see on the status bar, it's saving to my CorelDraw. So and there we go. Now that it has saved, I would like to go back to my CorelDraw and then zoom in. As you can see, it has taken away the little bit of shade of blue on our design, on our image, I mean to say. So I would like to delete this, and now I would like to create another new page and use this same on yet another image to illustrate the photo paint cropping. So I'll paste this on our CorelDraw, convert it to bitmaps, and then say okay on RGB. So I'll edit bitmaps and then wait for it to load. So I'll go back to my Corel Paint, select the magic wand max, and then I'll select the background. The background is a little bit of ash. The tolerance is on 30. So by the time I select it, so if you may notice, it has selected some parts of our image that we don't want it to. So let me just really illustrate what I really mean. If I should click on delete, you may see that some part of our image has been deleted, and we don't. For example, you still reduce the tolerance to, let's say 5. Maybe it may not select it. Voila. So you see, it has selected some part of the image that we don't want you to select, and moreover, some part of that's the edge of the image we want having a little bit of background. So I like to bring that back to 13 and then select the background out. So now it has selected the background and more of the background closer to the object we want. So I'll just go and use the brush marks. So using the brush marks, I would like to select, that's use the minus to select, that's unselect some part of the images it has selected. So to subtract, I would like to subtract all this. Let me increase the brush size to a bigger one. I would like to make the brush, if we should make the brush size this 100, it has some feathering around it, so the effect of using this brush may not be so intense, unlike if we use the solid brush type. So now it has, on selecting it, But I like to make my brush size, let's say 250, and then remove all the unnecessary parts. So I will subtract all this part that I have selected. So I would like to zoom in to have a perfect selection. So I'll unselect, subtract, so there we go. So I like to go back to our magic wand marks and remove this little background in between her arms. So I'll just click on the selecting tool. So what I would like to show you is if I should hold on Control, it changes to minus, and if I should hold on Shift, it changes to addition. That's addition to the selection, you hold on Shift. Subtraction from the selection, you hold on Control. So I like to reduce my tolerance to 15 and then select, but it's still selecting some part of the image, so therefore I'll leave it that way and then use my brush marks to subtract the selection. So I'll just like to subtract it, and then subtract the whole of this. So when I click on delete, it will delete the background out. Yes, there we go. So I like to click on it and then hold on Control Shift F, and there we have the feathering to be let's say 10, and preview. I think 10 is okay. So I think 10 should be okay. So it's saving, and voila, on our image in CorelDraw we have the image cropped out. Very easy step, just on a click of 1 or 2 buttons the image are cropped out. So don't forget to like this video and then subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. See you on the next video.
Don't forget to like and